We are going to talk about two of my favorite things to do when I'm on vacation: going to Vegas, going on a cruise. And Keith kind of touched on it. And again, probably most of you will say, huh, I didn't think Bill would say that. But if I'm truly, it all depends on what I want to do. But if I'm looking to have fun, enjoy myself, party till the sun comes up, and hold on one second. I do have the best mods out there. Thank you, mods. I appreciate that. Um, I I originally started. Well, I'm gonna go back in time. Long time ago, I never went to a casino, and I always wanted to go to a casino. I wound up going on a cruise before I went to a casino, and they had a casino on the cruise. I'm like, wow, I like casinos. This is a lot of fun. I enjoyed my cruise. I wound up going to Vegas. I started going to Vegas 4 and 5 times a year. I loved Vegas. I literally loved Vegas. I started cruising. I enjoy cruising, but the two are totally opposites. Cruising to me is about relaxing, enjoying nature, having fun, but it's about enjoying nature and um, enjoying the sights and sounds, history of different countries. It's cruising is a eye opening experience. If you haven't done it or if you're thinking about doing it, I would definitely would do it. But Vegas is a different animal. Vegas, and Keith was touching on it, is a younger crowd, but it's not just a crowd that wants to go out there and just party till you drop. Just have fun, just constantly moving, constantly. There's a ton of things to do. There's a lot of history out in Vegas. Too bad they tear down all the old casinos. But Vegas, there's no city like Vegas. It's 24 hours a day, almost anything goes, and I really do love Vegas. And I haven't been out. I've been cruising here lately, and I haven't been out to Vegas in a while. And Vegas is constantly changing, constantly evolving. And I haven't been out there in a while. Mike Clock Family Adventures, he was out to Vegas recently, and he took us around, showed us some places in Vegas. And I want to go back because I miss the excitement of Vegas. Vegas. Because I love gambling, and you go there and you have all kind of gambling games. There's tons of casinos, but all the casinos, I could go to Vegas, I could go to Caesar's Palace, I could not leave the property of Caesar's Palace and enjoy myself immensely. It's almost like a cruise ship. They have literally everything you want to be in there. I'm gonna go to cruising real quick. Cruising, you're gonna when you go on a cruise, you get some stunning views. You can't beat it. You 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 dream about some of this stuff, some of the crystal clear water, some of the locations that you've been in, some of the history. Um, After seeing that, when I get on a cruise ship, I want to sit, I want to relax a lot of times and take it easy. And again, you can still party a little bit, nothing like a Vegas party, but you can still party a little bit. But certain times, clubs shuts down 1 o'clock, it shuts down. The bars kind of shut down. So it's a different atmosphere. But the biggest plus side to cruising is the destinations, I don't think people that cruise take advantage of that enough. And again, I understand it's unnerving to go to a different country, not speak the language well, if at all. But if you go on a cruise ship and all you do are cruise sponsored tours, you're missing out on the culture of these different places. And to me, that's the big part about cruising. That's why I love cruising so much, is because I'm able to experience these different cultures. And that's, to me, is what's the most important thing about cruising. Not the gambling. Even though when I first started, it was gambling. Not the gambling. Not all you can eat. Not the towel animals, which people think I hate, which I don't hate. I just don't think my cabin steward needs to be another elephant. But again, I'm changing the subject, so let me get off of that. Um, but the beauty of a cruise ship is that you get to go see all these places, but you don't have to change rooms. You're in your, on your ship, in your cabin. You unpack once usually, and you're able to go to Belize. You're able to go to Bermuda. You're able to go to Cozumel. You're able to go to all these different places and experience culture there, really without ever leaving your hotel room. Uh, on top of that, cruising is like an all-inclusive. So you get your food, you get your entertainment. You a lot of times you'll get your naturalists on board. On longer cruises, you get naturalists on board to tell you about the different sights and sounds that you're going to be hearing. So so you kind of, it's an all inclusive. Vegas is not like that. Vegas is kind of just the opposite of that. But imagine going someplace and you have Broadway shows on, or production shows on board, and it's included in the price. So you get all this, and you really only have to plan one time. When you're picking out a cruise, where is it going? That's really all you really have to do. You do that one time, and there's nothing else to really plan out. You know, that's a lot, especially if you don't like planning. Cruising is a lot more kid friendly, and I don't. I know some of you don't like traveling, cruising with kids, which I don't. I don't get that at all. I like, having kids on a ship, having fun. Seeing the kids have fun, I have fun. Seeing adults have fun, I have fun. And seeing families together, it just brings back memories of me growing up with my kids when they were smaller. So how people don't like having kids on a cruise ship. Anyway, cruise ships are more kid friendly. You also get water activities that you can't, Vegas, you're not getting any water activities. I mean, you are Lake Mead if it doesn't dry up. But on cruising, you get these water activities, the scuba diving, looking for whales and sharks and all this other good stuff that you probably wouldn't get in Vegas. So Vegas is, I mean, a cruise ship is easy, but when you go to Vegas, Vegas. Vegas is the entertainment capital of the world. I think they call themselves the entertainment capital of the world. Any given weekend, you have music stars from just every brand of music that you would want. I mean, top acts every weekend. You have some that have residency in some of the casinos where they put on a show every night. I mean, the entertainment value out in Vegas is unparalleled any place on earth. If you like to like to be entertained with shows and uh different helicopter rides, Vegas has everything for you. My throat is getting dry. Let me go down, run down chat real quick. I know I forgot a lot of people. So if I missed you, I'm sorry. Emily, I see you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you coming in. Josh says, yes, it's people need to experience more cultures. They do. And thank you, Betty. Betty, I appreciate what you did there, Betty. I appreciate it. I think they put something in the air in the casinos to keep you awake. That's been a rumor, but I don't necessarily think that's the case from all the things I looked at. I don't think they put anything in the air. I think it's just the excitement and things that they do to try to keep you entertained. They put down really ugly carpet so you're not looking down at the ground. They don't put any windows in so you don't know what time of day it is. You know, they don't put any clocks in so you don't know what time it is. I mean, they have a lot of tricks. I don't think pumping oxygen into the casino is actually a real thing. Josh says, "What's my game of choice? Blackjack is my game of choice, but again, I will. You know, if I have $100, I'll throw $100 into a slot machine. I don't do slots. I mean, I don't do like craps or poker too much. I have dabbled in it a little bit, but I don't really do it. If I'm gambling, usually I'm playing blackjack. I see a few people have never been to Vegas before. Vegas is a different. I'm telling you, people. Again, you gotta like people, and you got to be ready to go nonstop in Vegas. Vegas is nonstop. Liquor is 24 hours a day. The Dre's nightclub, which is like right across the street from Caesars, I don't think it opens up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't, people. It doesn't open up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's a different feeling coming out of a casino, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Sun's up. You've been drinking all night, and here you are to see the families walking around with the strollers and stuff, and here you are on a binge. It's a different feeling. Your favorite couple, welcome in. Thanks for being here. I haven't been in Vegas in a while myself. It's been a while. I'm heading back there. I'm gonna try to do it soon, within the next month, but I'm not 100% sure because I have a couple of cruises coming up. Eddie doesn't seem to like Vegas, which is understandable. Vegas isn't for everybody. It definitely isn't for everybody. MSC Club, that's a cruise ship, is open until 4. So again, it is. Dre's doesn't open up to 3 or 4. See, it's a different atmosphere. Even though I'm going on my first MSC ship November 19th, so I can't wait for that. Because from the stories that I've heard and a lot from you, Josh, MSC it sounds like a great cruise line to be on. I mean, you hear a lot of negative, but again, from everything I saw, it's a positive. I would be dangerous in Vegas. I'd end up like Chow in the freezer. I mean, you could. Moon Knight Adventures. Y'all have a great evening. I'm off the umpire ball game. Okay, Blue. Baseball. They call umpires blue. Don't ask me why. Well, probably because a lot of times they wear blue. But hey, Blue, did you get that call, Blue? And that's, you get that if you play baseball, if you coach baseball, you understand when somebody says blue did something wrong, it was an umpire. House of X, welcome in. House of X. I'm so lucky. I got Nancy B interviewing me tonight and House of X interviewing me on October 26th at 8 p.m. Again, as I said last night, or night before, no, last night, I'm honored to be on people's radar, to be interviewed. I appreciate it. And I'm just going to chat. Everybody speaking. I don't want to miss anybody coming in. Betty, I'm pulling a Betty. I'm falling so far behind in the chat. Just kidding, Betty. Sean, down on the cruiser, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. I always get on Betty about falling behind in the chat because you don't know what's going on, but because I got a good moderator, I don't have to worry about what's happening in the chat at the minute or at that second. Scott, you almost got one. I was going to say I digress, but then I thought of you, and I said I'm not going to say it. Destination Fun, thank you for putting that up back up again. Me and Nancy B, she will be interviewing me, and you'll be able to find out a lot more about me. And for people that are just coming in, if you haven't answered the poll, please answer the poll. I put it up kind of right before I came on about which one would you choose. And since I came on here, only a couple of people have really said Vegas. I think now Nancy B and Keith, Cruising with Keith, kind of said it in his younger days would have been Vegas. Now would be cruising. I think right now, if I wanted to go out and party and have a great time, and I mean, I think I might be choosing Vegas because I mean, once you go out to Vegas, you can pretty much, other than visiting other countries, but you can actually do that. You got the Eiffel Tower there, you got the Sphinx down the street at the Luxor. I mean, you can visit other countries while you're there, but you can do almost whatever you want to do. The shows, the gambling, the going to the Hoover Dam, take a helicopter ride out to the Grand Canyon. You get 3-hour ride up to Los Angeles if you really wanted to. I mean, there's a ton of things to do in Vegas. And let's not even talk about the culinary, the food, the restaurants of Vegas. I mean, my goodness, every major cook, chef has a restaurant in Vegas. I mean, so Gordon Ramsay, Hell's Kitchen, right there in front of Caesars. I mean, I mean, you can go there and just have your pick of whichever one you wanted. I know. Every now and then there's a, wherever you live at, a restaurant opens up. But here you get the original. You get your pick of which steakhouse do you want to go to tonight. Sean says, Bill, it's freaking far away. Give me a cruise any day. It is a way. I mean, again, Sean, you're in Australia. I do understand that. And this is right now is my only problem with Vegas. Destination Fun hit the nail on the head, and it's the expense. Because I mean, you could get out to Vegas. You know how the cruise is kind of all inclusive. You could get out to Vegas and spend a pretty penny. And you just have to know how to pace yourself. When you drink, make sure you're drinking free in the casinos. You don't have to, but yeah, it gets a lot cheaper. Don't go to but it's just like the cruise ships. Don't go to the cruise ship and buy the anything out the shop on the cruise ship. Get it offsite. I mean, they probably frown on you bringing liquor back into your room. Go buy a bottle someplace else, bring it back to your room, make your drinks. Don't make it obvious that you're taking drinks out in your cup, but do that. I mean, Vegas. Think about the shopping in Vegas. I mean, whatever cars. I mean, they have malls that connected to the casinos with Ferraris and Rolls Royces that you're in the hotel that you're in. They have a dealership right there that you can go check out cars. The clothing scene, the Forum Shops at Caesars, the Miracle Mile down there at Planet Hollywood. They almost all have, and this is on the Strip. Whatever you want, you could probably find on the Strip. Everything. And as I said about the nightlife earlier, all the major players, all the major hotels, they all have clubs. So again, you don't even have to leave your hotel to get top-notch nightlife where you're at. They have spas there. I mean, top-notch everything in Vegas. Expensive, and some of the stuff you can get on a cruise ship, but Vegas, it doesn't sleep. I flew in on a flight earlier to Vegas, and I probably told this story a couple of times. I probably flew into Vegas and got there about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. My room wasn't ready yet. So I went to have breakfast. So I'm having breakfast. I'm having French toast, bacon, and double shots of Hennessy. And that was my breakfast. Needless to say, by 10 o'clock, by the time I checked in, I passed out to 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, but it's Vegas. It 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. It's just starting to get going, baby. It's just time to get out in the streets. So again, nightlife, entertainment, Vegas wins hands down. You also, because of Vegas, think about all the conventions that are out there. I mean, you get all kind of conventions and Comic Con, and I mean, whatever you want. Vegas has it any given weekend. I'm a boxing fan, and one of my best trips out to Vegas was a night I went to a boxing match down at the MGM. You can't get that you just can't get that anywhere else. Scott Smith, welcome in. Keisha, as I get older, I don't know if I can handle it too much anymore either. But again, Vegas has a way of you lose track of time. If you step outside, you know whether it's daytime or nighttime. You kind of lose track of time in Vegas. And again, next thing you know, I'm up here playing blackjack, and next thing I know, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not really a big morning gambler because I'm not up that early. Official Jamie, welcome in, Jamie. I appreciate you being here. Ross, appreciate you coming in. Thank you for being here. Antoinette, welcome in. Welcome in. So yeah, I mean, again, Vegas, and I haven't been out there in a while. And watching Mike clock out there, it made me want to go back to Vegas. It made me want to go back badly. But it is you pay for it. You pay for it as far as price, because things can get expensive out in Vegas. You have to go and search for the deals. The deals are there. You just have to search for them. But for those of you that have been to Vegas, what do you do? When you get to Vegas, what is your must do in Vegas? Ship to Shore Cruise News, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. My thing with Vegas is always, no matter where I'm staying at, a lot of times now I even stay down there, I need to go to Fremont Street. Vegas Strip is where a lot of the excitement is, a lot of the entertainment is. Downtown is more old school Vegas, where it's about the gambling. But now they're starting to have Fremont Street. They have the overhead canopy with the long light show on the ceiling. They have musical acts down there now. So there's a lot more entertainment going on downtown Vegas, and it's a little bit cheaper. And the casino and the rules for the casino gaming is, my opinion, is better. If you play blackjack, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, there's certain games that you can't play on the Strip unless you're betting $50 a hand on blackjack. Ross says, being a former Vegas resident, I have no desire to go back. Vegas is called Sin City for a reason. Lots of crime and homelessness, all caused by the easy accessibility to sin. Yeah, but I mean, again, Ross, that's every big city. And Vegas is a different place. When you live out in Vegas, you don't go to the Strip. If you have friends that are out in Vegas, that live out in Vegas, they don't go to the Strip area. They don't go to Fremont Street. It's like a regular city, which it is, outside of Vegas. I mean, Vegas, the Strip really isn't in Vegas, but that's something totally different. Vegas is a different city. And they definitely have all the vices out there. But again, all the vices you could find here. Hold on. Something just popped up on my timeline here. Jennifer! Thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Jennifer's my partner in crime. Jennifer, Embarkation Nation, Warm Strong Adventures, Destination Fun. We're going to have a meetup in Vegas. I don't know when, but we're going to have a meetup in Vegas. Jennifer, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Hold on.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar, ching, ching, bling, bling, got the chatter.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Here comes.
Okay. I don't know what happened. The sound cut out. I don't know what happened with that one. I heard the sound cut out. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate that. As always. Okay. And let me go back up here. I just saw that. I wanted to make sure I acknowledge that. But again, Ross, I do understand what you're saying, though, because I mean, you're liable to see any and everything on the strip. Oh, well, not only on the strip, but even a little further out. And you'll see pawn shops everywhere where people come in, and they had a pawn shop TV show where people pawning off everything they own because of a gambling habit, a drug addict. I mean, habit. But again, I live in a major city, so I see that anyway. So I'm talking about the good part of it, the entertainment wise. But I do understand your concerns about that. Definitely lots of things to do. The boxing, yes. Yeah, but again, see, again, and that's one of the things that there's a misconception of Vegas. The only thing to do out there is gamble. You can do whatever you want to do in Vegas. You don't have to gamble. They have casinos there, a ton of them. You don't have to gamble. But again, you're right down the street from Hoover Dam. You're right down the street from Red Rock Canyon. You're right down the street from the Grand Canyon. Well, 3 hours away or so. So there's a ton of things to do. And if you've never been out to Vegas, I know all you see is the casinos and gambling, but there's a ton of things out there to do besides gamble. Well, okay, well, look out for our meetup, Antoinette. We're going to do a meetup. Yes, a meetup in Vegas. Controversial cruising. I appreciate this. Thank you so much. Hold on. Let's see if I can get this to work right this time, because it didn't do it last time.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar, ching, ching, bling, bling, got the chatter.
I still get I don't know what's going on there. I'm still getting a hiccup. Scott, I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Okay, let me go back up here. I just saw something I wanted to. Oh, here it is. Vegas is the extreme. I worked as a volunteer out there in Skid Row area. 90% of those that moved out there to find opportunities and have lost it all. Yes, it can be everywhere. Scott, Ross, I'm from Detroit. Yeah, I mean, volunteering and Skid Row, when the auto plants have problems, I mean, Detroit, all their eggs were in one basket. So I mean, trust me, I know about homelessness. It's everywhere, and it's moving out now. People are starting to, people like the city of Detroit, they used to laugh, but now people could see how it spreads out, and it can be anywhere. So yeah, again. It's not for you, but again, Vegas, as far as entertainment, it's a good place to be. My opinion, we're gonna go my opinion. But again, if that was the case, I wouldn't go to Miami. I wouldn't go to New York. I wouldn't go to Seattle. I wouldn't go to San Francisco. I wouldn't go Oakland. I wouldn't go to. I go on. I wouldn't go to DC. I wouldn't go. I mean, again, I could name all the places I wouldn't go if that was the case. Gaylords, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. I gotta look at that. I gotta look at that again, because I gotta fix that. So at least have it fixed. So when I do play it, it plays all the way through. Yep, a lot of museums, but I've gone out to Vegas and spent very little money. Very little money. Oh, so you heard it loud and clear. I wonder why it paused on StreamYard. When I'm looking on StreamYard, it looks like it paused. Okay, well, that's good. Fr Humphrey, welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. So everybody sees it. Good. Entertainment. Yep. Perfect. So anyway, I honestly, I mean, I'm torn. I'm torn between visiting Vegas and a cruise. Visiting Vegas was just so easy to be entertained because it's just so much, and the people watching. Oh my goodness! Oh, mommy millionaire! Oh, mommy millionaire! Jennifer, Ava, Aiden, Chris. Thank you guys so much. Okay, hold on, hold on.
Here
There we
comes the
go.
money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Got the chatter.
That's so weird. This is the first time that it ever happened where it just pauses on my screen. Yeah, of course, Ross. Yeah, it's that's the beauty of life. YouTube. We don't have to agree on anything, but we can still be friends. We can still talk. You know, I may be crazy for Carnival, but other people are loyal to Royal. We can still be friends. Carnival Cruise Nuts, thank you. Carnival Cruise Nuts. Now you know who I'm thinking about there. Carnival Cruise Addicts, thank you so much. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. I appreciate you guys so much. Hold on, let me find it.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Got the chatter.
Appreciate that so much. Hold on. Did I? Majorie, please say hi to the Backstreet Boys if anyone decides to visit Vegas anytime soon. I mean, there are a ton of shows out there. I think Usher. A lot of people go out there and want to see Usher. That he's the one that's that is big out there now with a residency. But somebody else is setting up residency out there. Is it Carrie Underwood? Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Carrie Underwood sticks in my head, but maybe not. Yeah, Sean. I actually I did. I always reboot my computer before I come on, but this is the first time this has ever happened. But I also did an update, so that could have something to do with it. I'm not 100% sure, but I just did an update. But before I ever come on live, or I try to, I always reboot my computer because I have like 3 or 4 different windows open. Facebook. I broadcast this out to Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and then I have my notes over here. So I have a lot of screens open. So, but this is my first time that I've ever noticed that lagging like that. Oh, so it is Carrie Underwood. Okay, so I wasn't going crazy. I mean, again, and that's all the time. I mean, there's all the time. Every weekend, there's some superstar out there. Jennifer, now you know I'm a big Prince fan. There's only one artist right now that I would actually go pay to go see, Bruno Mars. He's one artist that I would actually go pay to see because he is an entertainer, a singer and an entertainer. I love his shows. Ross, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. My goodness, you guys are coming in the clutch here.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Got the chatter.
I appreciate that so much. I mean, I'm gonna have my new camera before I know it now, people. Ship to shore. It's good to be able to find time while at work to jump into these live streams. It's 2:46. Oh wow. So it's West Coast. Bill, would you make someone upset if you went and saw Carrie? Ooh. Ooh, would I? Maybe. I saw J-Lo in Vegas. It was an amazing show. They have great venues. I want to see. They had the new building, the Sphere. Clark was showing it to us how the outside of the building is covered in LED screens, so it changes pictures, and the pictures are moving. I mean, it's incredible looking, and when you go inside, it's crazy. I mean, I think the theater is the real star of the show. But no, thank you guys. I appreciate everything for all the super chats. I appreciate it. So anyway, let me go back to what did I do with the poll? Let me find this poll real quick so I can close it out to see. I am going to close the poll out and get over here. Yes, YouTube. It's a residency. I didn't know it was a residency. Ross. I know YouTube opened up the Sphere, but I didn't know they had a residency there. Wow. So if you're a YouTube fan, make it out to Vegas. I mean, truly, the stage is going to be a major part of that show. It has to be. From what I saw, it has to be a major part of that show. Let me see here. I am going to end the poll. Okay, on the poll, we have 87% of people. Las Vegas are cruising. 87% was 87 for cruising, 12% for Las Vegas on 31 votes. And I had put a poll up prior to this, and it was 100% for cruising. And I thought I was going to be the only one that, hey, you got to give Vegas a chance. So, I mean, again, I'm surprised. But again, if you haven't been to Vegas and you don't mind, like, it's a lot of people. I mean, when I say a lot of people, it's a lot of people. Give it a try. But take some of the tours. Again, go see go see Hoover Dam. That's about an hour outside of Vegas. Hoover Dam is a little bit further, 3.5 hours out driving. You go to Grand Canyon. Go check it out. There's a lot to do. A lot of history there. If you don't want to gamble and things like that, just stay away from the Strip. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate it. Let's see. I think I've said about all I want to do on that topic. Anything else you guys want to talk about real quick? Besides, don't forget Nancy B tonight at 8 p.m. And Nancy B, if you're still in here, check your StreamYard because I think the StreamYard showed 9. So check with your StreamYard to see if you have that set up right. 7 p.m. Controversial Cruising and Embarkation Nation. They will be going live with trivia night. So, and a lot of times I don't know if they're having any prizes this week. A lot of times they have prizes. Can openers, mugs. I won a mug last week. Thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate that. But just go check them out. Ship to Shore Cruise News. I'm going on my first Princess Cruise on the 19th. That's coming October 19th. That's right up. It'd take you 2 years. It'd take longer than that. I forget how many years they said it would take. If you slept one night in every hotel room, I forget how many years it would take you to sleep in every room in Vegas. They have so many rooms there. They are doing controversial cruising. They're doing Bigfoot trivia, and yes, there's always prizes. So make sure you make it over there for that. Also, Destination Fun, drop your link. Destination Fun, I believe it's Saturday at 8 p.m. They are having a introduction of newer. I'm going to say newer, smaller channels under 1,000, and trying to get them their name out there so you guys can go watch some of their content and subscribe to their channels. So, Destination Fun, if you can drop that, if you have it in there for your live. Is that one? Hold on. Oh, there we go. I'm clicking the wrong one. Majoring, I always take my suntan lotion. Always. It's always. I'll shave my. A lot of times I don't shave every day. Like I didn't shave today. I didn't shave my head today. But like on a cruise ship, I usually shave my head every day, and it's always the first thing I get that gets lotioned up. There's Destination Fun. Make sure hit this link, hit the notification bell to make sure you don't forget, because they bring on these new channels that need our support. Being on these YouTube streets is hard, so let's help out. I mean, if somebody has always reached out to all of us, so let's reach out to some of these channels and show them the support. Watch out. Watch some of their videos. Because we can. I mean, we talked about in the beginning of the show as far as like trying to make your videos better. Reach out. I mean, again, it's easy to say to everybody, great video. The hard thing is to do is find people that can come up to you and say, "Hey, Warmstrong, on your live, you did a little bit too much rambling. Warmstrong, those are the people that you want around you. Or at least that's what I want around me. And that's why I have the Destination Funds, the Embarkation Nation, and especially I am Betty J Gathers, because Betty J Gathers will call me up immediately right after this live to let me know what I did wrong. But again, that's how you get better. Not and again, appreciate you watching people's videos and things like that. But when they pull you to the side, and it doesn't have to be in a mean way, let them know, hey, your intro was a little long, or like say it wasn't lagging for you guys, but if that was lagging, like it was for me, for you guys, it would have been nice to have somebody say, hey, Bill, you might want to check out that money drop clip because it was lagging. And that's the only way. That's the only way that I'm going to get better at this. And you guys telling me what you want to see from my videos, because as I told you in the beginning of this, I want to stop. I want to start making videos that people want to see, not what I want to make, but what people want to see. And again, that's to grow the channel. If you're here to just put content out for yourself, like originally I started off to put content out there for my family, but now I'm trying to grow. Now I'm trying to grow my channel. If I want to grow my channel, there's a like proven way to do that, and that's putting out content that people want to watch, not necessarily what you want to put out. Because me, if I had my way about doing videos, I would not talk on the videos and I would not show my face. When I first started off, if you ever look at my early videos, I didn't talk, I didn't show my face. Somebody made a comment, and again, when I just learning, I had to delete some music out of it because I had copyrighted music on it. Somebody came into my chat and it stuck to me then, and it sticks to me every day. They left me a comment saying that That was a nice video. You know what would have made it better? Sound. And I think about that whenever I make a video. I think about that one comment. I didn't know the person. I don't think I've ever seen the person again. But again, that one comment on my video made me want to do better. Because in my head, I mean, again, I heard it in a snarky voice, but he might not have been. He might have been just trying to really help me out, knowing I was new. He might have been really trying to help me out. I heard a snarky voice, but again, I took it to heart, and I try to work on my sounds. I try not to have the lagging videos. I try not to. We're all going to have problems, but you know, you try, you do your best. That's why they have blooper reels. Uncle Dave, Bill, I have to say, you and Scott picked the perfect time of year to cruise out of New Orleans as far as the weather goes. Again, I hope so. For whatever reason, and I'm getting ready to get out of here. It's a couple minutes. I started looking up, you know, certain things to do, like in New Orleans, and Travel Adventures with Eric B. I get a couple years ago, a year or two ago, he was down there, and he has all these hot spots to hit. So, you know, people were last night, we're talking about some hot spots to hit. The Tin Roof. There's certain places I'm going to try to hit, and I want to get out there. And a common theme, and a lot of it was the World War II museum. So I'm going to try to hit that. The Riverwalk. I'm going to try to do that. Scott says a podcast. Maybe so. Maybe so. But again, I don't, Scott, I don't understand why people want to listen to me. I really do. I come on here every time. I'm surprised when I see numbers up there. I get surprised of people actually want to come up here and listen to me. Ocean, Bruce, welcome in. Bill would love to see a port guide series from you and deliver the info from an objective perspective. Yes, Ross, and things like that. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get around to do that, but I would like to. That is what I'd like to do. I thank you for the suggestion, but I think those are some of the better videos. Some of my better videos are informational videos, as far as room tours, excursions, things like that. Those are some of my best viewed videos, and I think that's what people like. Outside of our little community where we watch, you know, each other's video, you know, cruising videos, I think they like informational videos. Legal-minded friends from friends, Karen Cole. Karen, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for being here. DC on demand. What's happening, Bill, and everyone in the chat? Thank you for coming in, DC. Appreciate you being here. Oh, Nancy. Okay, Nancy. When I get off here, I'm gonna go set that up. So we're at 8 o'clock tonight. We'll be there and get as many people as we can over there. Nancy B. She needs watch hours. I think she has her subscribers. I know she has her subscribers. She needs watch hours. So let's go over there and support her channel to watch the interview tonight. And I'm going to post it on my channel, but I'm going to post the link to hers. I'm going to pin it at the top. So if you come to my channel, make sure you hit my link and to go to watch it on her channel. And I'll make sure I tell people that while the chat is going on. Because we gotta get Nancy B some watch hours here. Karen, it's because you are a great storyteller and excellent at putting your videos together. Well, thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. Karen, this really, and again, people don't understand. This is not. I've evolved into this. What you see right now, hearing me talk and doing all these, this, that, and the other, I'm evolving into that. I'm working on that because you have to make it. If you want your channel to grow, you have to make it entertaining enough where people want to watch you. And people don't want to see. And the way I used to do it, I used to come on and I would be, "But you okay, Bill? You look sad." I'm not sad. The cruise, the cruise ship is leaving out of port today at 2. People didn't want to see that. And you can look at your algorithm. I mean, not your algorithm. You can, if you go to your studios, you can see when people drop off. I've actually, like on my videos, I've cut down my introduction because I could see I had a longer introduction, like maybe 35, 40 seconds. And you could literally see people leaving during the introduction before you even get to your content. So that's why now and Destination Fun is good at doing this, where they have a teaser before they introduce their channel. They put a teaser up front to give people an idea of what they're going to see in the video to keep people interested. If you come on your video, if you start your video with a minute intro, I think you lose people, because people who, and these are not your normal regular steady people who are just tuning in for the first time. I think if they see that, they're like, what did I get myself into? So again, I mean, I'm going to what I'm trying to start to do for YouTube. But again, there's I learn stuff every day. I learn stuff every day on YouTube. Ross, on Booze Cruise 2.0, I will be happy to give you a crash course on editing with DaVinci. I like Filmora, and I mean, I that's whoever wants to do that. But I'm happy with Filmora. I love the things that I can do with Filmora. I'm familiar with it. I don't think. I mean, again, I always have an open mind. I would go there and watch what you have to say about it. But I'm happy with what I can do with Filmora. But again, I was making videos with InShot, so it's not, you don't necessarily have to do a lot of different things. Pay for a lot of money for. I do pay for Filmora, but there's a lot of free apps out there that you can still put out stuff that people want to see. Make it interesting, talk to them. Don't just read to the people. Talk to the people, like, and this is what I call my manager, my son. We're talking about it. Talk to him like you're talking to a regular person, like you're talking to, hey, your friend over there. Hey, how's it going? Hey, did you go down over here? Yeah, you should go over there and check that place out. Instead of coming on here and being stoic and yes, yeah, you should go check out this place. And again, I'm learning so much. I'm learning so much as I go along doing this. I can keep you talking for hours if you run out of content. I need it, Major. I need that. Nancy B. Okay, I'm holding you to this. They said the intro should be less than 10 seconds, and I think mine is 5. I kind of sort of agree with that. I mean, I used to want to do a production. I'm kind of running over a little bit. Hopefully, I'm not running anybody else's time. I used to, have all my pictures and try to, entertain people with all my adventures and travels and all that. And again, it went on for 35 seconds. But when I went into my analytics, you could see people dropping off the first 30, 40 seconds. And I say that about a lot of videos. So now what I do, I try to give people a tease of what's coming in the video. So now, hey, there's a helicopter ride. They're doing a boat tour. What was that place? And then introduce my channel a little bit, Warmstrong Adventures, so they know, who is there. Kind of remind them to hit the like button and subscribe button and all the other good stuff. Then get into the video. And what I want to start doing is not just talking to people, but I want to entertain people. I want to give them things that they want to hear. And again, I can get up here and talk to you all day long about certain topics. I could come up here and tell you, let's say, I went to the store today and it was hot outside. My friends would come up here and listen to me. But what about that person who's tuning in to me to hear about cruising? Are they going to listen to that and stick around for my cruising content? So that's the kind of thing that I'm trying to get into. And that's the growth, the grow the channel. And when I say grow the channel, I mean more viewers and more things like that. And what I do is kind of based on a couple of different things, but like the number of people I had in here today, I had like 32, 33 people in here today. I think was a max number. I see growth. I mean, one time when I first started, I had 6 or 7 people, 10, 15 people. I see growth, and I'm about to go on a cruise in end of October. So I want to see a constant growth in the channel and people coming in here who want to hear what I have to say. So even my titles are more. And again, thank you. 23 people still in here. Thank you, because now we're getting into something totally different. I want my titles to because you have a second between your thumbnail and your title to get somebody. Do they want to click on that video or not? How when you're scrolling through your phone, all those videos, all those thumbnails that you see, you have a chance to click on any of them. How do you decide which one you click on? Is it the one with the catchy title? Is it the one with the fancy thumbnail? I mean, again, those are things that you have to think about for yourself. Yeah, Ross, I was reading. I'm sorry. And again, there's a lot of. I mean, again, there's a lot of different editing softwares out there. The mother of skill is repetition. Yes. I mean, and it is, but again, you can't be afraid to try something different. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to do things wrong. We're all going to. I mean, it's just what we kind of went into this thing, and it's gonna happen. But again, if I'm not gaining new faces in here, like today, I saw a few new faces in here. I mean, that does my heart well, because I know, I mean, a lot of you, we're all in the cruising community. It's people outside that little group that I want to reach and bring them into the community. So now our community can grow as a whole. So if Eddie Lugo, a morning show, if he gets new faces in his channel, well, again, now I get new faces in my channel, and now they cross over. And that's kind of what I want to do. But I want to entertain people. I want people to want to come back, but I don't want to bore them. And I think long introductions bore people. I will, and again, I will say one thing that I'm gonna try to do differently. I probably will. Now, when I go live, I go live 30 seconds. I have a countdown, 30-second countdown. I understand why people have a longer countdown now, because a lot of times, because I'm monetized and I have ads, a lot of times people can't get here at the beginning of my live stream because they're being kind to me and watching my ads. I'm doing myself a disservice by giving them a choice to catch the beginning of the show or watch my ad. So if I do like a 2-minute introduction, hopefully that way you can see the ad and catch the show. I benefit, you benefit. So again, I might go like a longer countdown. We love real people, and yes, and I've always heard that people like people that are real, and I think it's more because people don't know what real is. I mean, again, like my real personality. Nobody really knows what my real personality is. If you watch my earlier videos, you probably see my real personality, and it's kind of just stoic or stoic, and it just hi. But now I like to be more entertaining. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Scott. Hey. I try to be more entertaining, and I think people like that. Not everybody. Again, different strokes for different folks, but they're more entertained by that, and that's what my goal is now. Since I'm going to do this YouTube for profit, apparently, why not do it the best to my ability? Why not try to make myself better? I can keep doing the same thing over and over again every day, or I can try to improve my craft. You know, that's up to me. If I'm satisfied with my numbers where they are, just keep doing what I'm doing, going places where I go, and just be happy with that. But if you want to grow your channels, you're going to have to take that leap. You're going to have to jump into some areas that you don't want to be in. You're going to have to get in front of the camera and smile and have fun, because that's how you entertain people. That's how you entertain people. And it might make you uncomfortable. The more I do this, the more comfortable I feel doing this. But like on the booze cruise, when people meet me on a booze cruise, October 29th, hey Betty, when people see me on a booze cruise, see they probably think I'm gonna be like the life of the party and want to go out hang out on. That's so not me until I get to know you. Once I get to know you, yes, I can be at the life of the party. But if I don't know you, I'm reserved. So people on booze cruise, when they see me, we're gonna do a meetup. I'm gonna sit down in my chair. I'm gonna observe people and greet people. Hey, how's it going? Here's a fist bump for you, a fist bump for you. But you won't hear me talking a lot. By the end of the cruise, you're gonna be like, who is that guy? I mean, my goodness, why? He's lost his mind by the end of the cruise. But that's because I got to know you and I got comfortable with you. I want my channel to do the same. I want people to come in here, feel comfortable being here with me, and want to spend some time with me. Again, you don't have to spend the whole hour with me, but just come in and say hi and how's my day going? How's your day going? What do you think about the topics? Because one thing I want to do is because I don't want to do the same show every day. I try to come up with, and I'm gonna give all I'm gonna give all the props to Controversial Cruising. I always tried to come up with different topics for my lives. Banter with Bill, I've been doing it for a little while now. But I would come up with a topic, but just ramble for a whole hour. So I don't know how long I would talk about something, but maybe 10, 15 minutes. And then I'm off just rambling, whatever comes off the top of my head, whatever happens in the chat. What Scott has taught me is to stay focused, have a topic like we did today, whether you like the topic or you don't like the topic. But people know when they come in here, they know what I'm talking about, and if they want to stay, they will stay, and we can talk about that topic. And I think I can grab more people as fans doing that than just talking about whatever I'm going to talk about for that day, if that makes sense to everybody. If every day you came to see me and didn't know what I was going to be talking about, friends would come in here, the Bettys, Controversial Cruising, and as a Destination Fun, they would all still be here and listen to me ramble on for an hour and a half, 2 hours, which they did when I was trying to get hours. They were all in there just listening to me ramble on and on and on. But when you get these new channels in here that you haven't seen before, and they're the travel channel, the cruising channel, and stuff like that, and I'm talking about the backwoods of Tennessee, they may not stick around. I got that one shot at them, and I could have missed out on my one chance to get them. So he got Controversial Cruising, kind of got me focused in. I have a screen. You can't see my setup here. I have my laptop right here. I have 3 channels running right here: my YouTube channel, my Facebook channel, and my Twitter channel running this video. And over here, I have my notes for whatever topic I'm talking about for 1 hour. Get me 1 hour. Actually, it's about 40 minutes. And I go from there and try to stay focused. You get questions you have to answer. I understand that. I have notes here. I think Betty just said something. Don't get too scripted. It's not not a script, but it's an understanding of what topic I want to be on at any particular time. So it's not. I'm not going to read again. I'm not coming on here to read to you. I'm coming on here to tell you my opinions about what I think about that topic. And me and Scott, we do a show every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. We do a show, Cruise Talk, where we do the same thing. We come up with a topic, He's been on 40 cruises. I've been on 40 cruises. We put our minds together on cruising and cruising related topics. This last week was about New Orleans, because we're going out of New Orleans on this next. Well, I'm going out a little before him, but we're both going out of New Orleans. So now we want to know what to do in New Orleans, and he's been there before, so he's telling me about what to do in New Orleans. So it's not scripted, but we do understand what we're talking about, and we're not talking about, in general, the latest movie that's coming out the theater this week. There's a time and place for that. So when I do my pop-up live one day and it's a chit chat or whatever, and we come in there and I don't have a topic, but for this time, Thursdays at 5 p.m., people are going to know what I'm talking about. And hopefully with my hashtags and all this other good stuff, people that are interested in that topic will come over, and I can entertain them and get them to come to my channel. Or I digress podcast. So, but again, everybody is different. And again, as I said, for me to get up here, it's hard for me to get up here, but I know what it takes. And I want to do that. And I want to bring you guys along on the journey. Majorie, she says the same thing. There's going to be, 20, 30, 40, 50 content creators on the Booze Cruise. 40 people covering the same event. How do you stand out as a YouTube channel? What do you do as a YouTube channel to stand out, to break away from the crowd? That's separate. That's what's going to separate you from having a channel, 100,000 subscribers, and you having a channel with 1,000 subscribers, and the views, 100,000 views, 1,000 views. How are you going to separate yourself from the rest of them? That's my challenge. That's what I have to figure out. And again, this all comes from doing a little bit of prep work. And again, I know a lot of people like doing lives because, again, thank you for bearing with me as I do this ramble. A lot of people like doing lives, and they want to just rant and talk, which is fine. But to grow the channel, you have to separate yourself from everybody else. So on these videos, you're going to see the Booze Cruise from 40, 50, 60 different perspectives. How do I get you to watch my channel? How do I get you to watch what I put out? You separate yourself from the crowd. And that's what I'm going to try to do in a good way, of course. And this is one of those cases where there's no bad, there's no wrong, so we all have, you'll have 60 videos, and those 60 videos will appeal to somebody. The question is, can you appeal to a larger market? So it's not like, oh, that video is good, that video is bad, that video's, I don't care. That's not it. Because if you put it out there, and if you're happy with the product that you put out there, you've already succeeded. Because the hardest thing for us to do as content creators is to go out here and create content and put ourselves out here in front of the world for whoever in this world wants to see this video to come on here and critique this video and leave the negative comments in the chats and all this. This is one of the hardest things that you're ever going to do, content creators. And again, my whole thing is how do I separate myself from that 60 to where I got people, hey, I want to hear what Warmstrong has to say. Bill, by the way, for people that don't know, Bill, I want to hear what Bill has to say. And that's going to be my challenge, is to get people to watch me and not just watch me, as Betty calls it. Betty, what do you say? Viewers, subscribers, fans. I believe that's what Betty says. People click on your channel. They view your channel. Then they might subscribe. But you want to get those fans. You want to get fans where people come back to your channel to see, what does Bill have to say today? It's like it's like a TV show. This is my TV show. How do I get people coming back every week? How do I do that? I got to entertain them. You know, I'm gonna have. You're always gonna have some ratings. I want higher ratings. And my ratings, I go by views, and I go by number of people that are here. Which YouTube Studios, you can see all these numbers in there. You can see percentage of people that watch your long-term videos. You can see people who watch your lives, and you can see the percentage of that watch both. I'm trying to get where people watch both. It's hard. It's hard for me to get people that watch my shorts and my lives and my long content. But they don't cross over well for me. I'm not saying they can't be done, but I can't get it done yet. Oh, let me go back to the chat real quick. Hard in your mind, but you're a natural, Bill. That's why 25 people are still here. Well, again, I appreciate every last one of you. But again, I'm trying to tell you how I feel, which is it's not for everybody, and sometimes it comes off as all knowing, and he thinks he's better, and I don't think I'm better than nobody. But we all look at things differently. I can only tell you what I'm doing to try to better my stuff. You know, I mean, that's the only thing I can ever tell you. And if you want my advice, I'll gladly give you my advice, because my whole thing is if there's somebody in a cruising community that does well, and we're friends, if that person succeeds, I think I succeed too. You know, I mean, and so I always, my friends, people in this community, if I could ever do anything for anybody in this community, just let me know. Just my Instagram, my email, and all that is in the about page, and Warm Strong Adventures on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and whatever else I'm on. So always reach out to me. I'm easy to get in touch with. I'll give a visual the law, and I'm trying to get better at storytelling. Yes, and Karen, she does like a news story. She's talking about crime, but she's not just reading a crime story. She's telling you from like a lawyer perspective, from the law perspective, about what was actually said, which is very interesting. If you're into law, that's a great channel to go check out, because they break it down. I believe she's from England, but the law is the law. I mean, once you understand how the law works, generally any place like, United States, England, Australia, you'll understand law. So many ways to make content, lives, long form, shorts, podcasts, community posts, plus other social medias to drive traffic to the main. Yes. Well, that's again, people, when I tell you that there's something to learn every day, and that's what I do, is like, even like when I'm not like scrolling through videos, I try to learn stuff. And just what Scott just said, the reason I have my YouTube page here, my Facebook page here, and my Twitter page here is I'm trying to guide everybody back to my YouTube page. So I broadcast this on all three platforms to everybody to end up here. To get the name Warm Strong Adventures. I want people, you people to go out there, and when y'all hear Warm Strong Adventures, like, I know him. Oh, I know Warm Strong. That's what I want my name to be, like a household name. That's the goal. But if you don't promote yourself, who is? If I don't promote myself, if I don't promote, I'm gonna be on Nancy B's tonight at 8 p.m. People that know me won't know I'm there, because me and Nancy may not know necessarily the same people. So now, by Nancy, a lot of her content has to do with scratch offs and gambling. Well, now I bring over the cruise community, so now we can cross our memberships over, because there'll be people in my community who love gambling, which there's quite a few, and people in her community who like doing scratch offs and gambling that might want to come over to watch about cruising. So you have to put yourself out there. Together we travel. Welcome in. Controversial Cruising. Remember the one word that is common ground for all YouTube channels: creator. That starts in your mind. That's the greatest thing to make something out of nothing, by being creative. And I don't consider myself a very creative person, but yes, it is. and to put that product out in front of strangers is a tough thing to do. So if you've ever gone live, if you ever created a short, if you ever created a video, you know what I'm talking about. And hats off to you. You are a success already, because that's one of the toughest things that you'll ever have to do. It's the public speaking of the YouTube streets. You know, a lot of people have a problem with public speaking, me included. But if you do that, you're no matter what the reaction you get is, you're a success. Warstrong Adventures, I treat you and Controversial Cruising different, even if you share a podcast together. But we are different. See, and that's Marjorie. That's why I love working with Scott. He's been on 40 cruises. I've been on 40 cruises. We've had totally different experiences. He's younger. I'm a little bit older, just a little bit. So our outlooks on different things are totally different, which makes it work, because we can say, Ross, when me and Ross were talking earlier as far as Vegas, two different opinions, but those kind of conversations is necessary for growth. You know, I mean, again, hopefully that makes sense to everybody. You don't need, my channel doesn't need yes people, because if all I had was yes people, I'm going to keep repeating the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. I need people in a nice way. I prefer a nice way. Hey, that went too long. Hey, you did this wrong. Hey, good video, but you need sound, which I will always go back to that. Hey, good video. You know what it's missing? Sound. And I'll go back to it. And that comment right there guided me in the right direction for me doing my channel. Yep, we get negative comments. I just ignore. I don't see, again. Nope, I don't ignore negative comments. I read comments to try to understand what point of view they're coming from. I don't delete any. I don't delete any comments unless it's vulgar or offensive. I don't delete any comments. Somebody can come on there and say, "Hey, this video was trash." It's up there. It's up for you to see it. Because again, see, now if you start whitewashing the comments, I don't believe you. I can't believe 2,000 people watched your video and nobody had anything negative to say. Everybody agreed with every point. I know channels like that. There's some gambling channels out there that are like that. That they hold all comments for review and delete the negative ones. My channel, you make a negative comment, it stays up there. Just again, make it towards the channel. Don't make it personal and don't make it offensive. But if you something about it you don't like, knock yourself out. And that could be, I mean, I didn't like anything about the video. You wasted my time on this video. If that's what happened, it's my goal to try to understand where he's coming from, or that person. I say he or she is coming from. Gonna keep my jokes to myself. I'm still learning and growing. The first 2 months were the hardest. I started at the end of February and I love it. People watching drives me to make more videos. It does. When you get those sincere comments about people, how they loved your videos, it's the best feeling in the world. It's the best feeling when somebody like Keisha comes over there and leaves you a paragraph about your content. I mean, that's the greatest feeling in the world, you know. Karen Cole, I do a lot of legal comparisons to U.S. law with UK. Yeah, and there's a lot of similarities. I mean, again, and if you like the law, you to me, you do it in a good way to make it easy for people who aren't lawyers, who aren't people that work in the courts and things like that, so that we can understand it. And I mean, it's needed, and a lot of those channels have a lot of growth. Happy ever Yadi, welcome in. Oh, I'm just going down here. And again, I'm on here way. Yeah, Bruce, it is tough as an introvert. It is tough. But again, nobody forced me to do this. So if I want to do this, and if I want to get better at it, you know, got to do what you got to do. When I was in college, I took a public speaking course. I did too, and I hated it. It was one of my worst classes I've ever taken in my life. Uh-oh. Legal minded friends, Karen Cole. My premiere one last night was for content creators. So I have a variety of playlists. Karen, if you type hashtag strong and drop your link in the chat so people can catch up with you, because that sounds interesting, especially if it's for content creators. Bruce is on his phone, so he can't tag anybody. Ross, I work in radio. YouTube allowed me to expand my horizons to video since I have a face for radio. But it does, Ross. I mean, again, radio, video, next thing, TV. There's a lot of markets out there. Podcasts. I mean, and you probably understand that more than most people in here, including myself. Some people would get jealous about sharing a podcast. You mean like as far as me and Scott? I say again, I don't get jealous of anybody. If I see a large channel. Last night, Moonlight Adventures and Naughty Cruiser, they had a guy on. His name was Tony B, and he has a big YouTube channel for cruising, La Lita Loca. It jumped off during the COVID era, and through the pandemic, his channel just grew leaps and bounds. I don't think he's any better than me. I don't think he's any better than me, but he's good at his craft, and I want to learn from him. I want to learn from his mistakes. Not saying I'm not going to make my own mistakes, but again, I don't get jealous of anybody else. If somebody else, if Scott all of a sudden takes off and leaves me in the dust doing doing our broadcast, I'm happy for him. It's just like me in lottery tickets. Right now, if Destination Fun said she hit the $1.74 billion lottery last night, I'm truly happy for her. I'm not jealous. I'm happy. I'm happy with life. I'm jealous of no one. I don't try to compare myself to others. I do look at what I do look at is certain channels that I try to follow to see what new trends are going on and things like that. Other than that, I look at channels, I might laugh. Can you believe that person did this on their channel or did something like that? It's entertaining to me. But if it works for you, the guy I was just talking about, Tony B, he explained why he does a lot of things with his hands, and he's always has jokes and all this. But in one of his videos, he explained why he did that, and that was to grow his channel. He explained he didn't do that. When you watch his early videos, he never did that, but he explained why he did it in one of his videos. If you ever go back and check it out, he explains why, and that's to grow his channel because he understand he had to entertain people. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Keith. Yes. Read it, but don't. I mean, you can't let it bother you. Yeah. I mean, you can't. I learn whenever somebody says anything. I don't care who it is. I always listen. I always listen. I don't care who it is. I always listen to what people say. Now, I might not implement whatever they said, but I always listen. Happy ever Yadi. I wish 2K watched the video. It's coming, Yadi. It's coming. Just keep grinding and keep getting better. Yeah. Again, we're all going to grow. We grow at different paces, but we're all going to grow. Trish the Natural, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm going way overtime here, Trish. Way overtime. I appreciate you stopping in. Have luggage will travel. Welcome in. Best beard on the net. I like Andrews, Embarkation Nation. He has it trimmed up. But again, for the booze cruise, I'm gonna get mine trimmed up. I'm not gonna really get it cut down. I'm gonna get it trimmed up. It's getting bushy and just going. I get too many Santa Claus jokes now. You do, oh, Karen, you do tutorials for YouTube creators. Nice. Everybody speaking. Well, thank you, Scott. I feel the same way. Again, Scott, I really love. I mean, like the show that I do with Scott on Wednesdays. I really enjoy doing it. It's hard getting up here and talking by yourself and just continuously just talking. It gets hard when you have somebody to, banter back and forth with. Emily, the circle light. I have to work on my lighting. That's going to be the next thing to kind of you want to improve your craft. That light in my eyes, it bothers some people. It doesn't really bother me, but it bothers some people, and I can understand it. So I have to work on the lighting. I mean, it works. I mean, you see the lighting that I have here. I have a little lamp over here, but mostly the light that you see is from this one ring light. What I did do, I put it on a chair. It's like on a tripod, but it wasn't tall enough. So I put it on a chair, so it's up higher, looking down on me. So it gets the job done. Scott, I never even tried doing that to dim it, so I may take a look at that. Have luggage will travel. I mean, again, have luggage will travel along with Ocean Bruce. They have YouTube channels, but they incorporated their travel agencies in it, which is a great thing to do. I mean, I like the concept of that. I became a travel advisor, but again, my heart and soul is not into it. But I can appreciate their hustle and what they do, and they do it well. The Have luggage will travel. That's how I met Amanda. I was thinking about booking a cruise, and I had another agent that was going to do it, but they never got back with me. I reached out to Amanda, and she immediately got back with me on the cruise, even though I didn't go, but she did reach out to me. Bruce is the same way. I actually have booked with Bruce, and he's very fast, very punctual, and I appreciate that in my travel agent. But I like the way they incorporated their business along with YouTube. Probably YouTube maybe came first, and then they decided to incorporate being a travel agency into it, which is, I mean, it's brilliant. Brilliant, I say. Juicing with Jay, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. Vegas wins, but I just my free cruise tickets from playing slots. So I'll give my updated later. Okay, Juicing with Jay. I have a light controversial cruising. It has different types of lights. So this is right now. This is one I like the way it looks right now, but I don't necessarily like the rings in my eyes. Which that's the next thing. Again, there's always something. Get a box light, and that's what I thought about, getting a box light, cheap and better than a ring light. I actually looked at that, and I might look into that. That might be the next thing. Rock the boat. Welcome in. Thanks for coming in. So anyway, people, I've been on here way too long. 26 people are still in here. I appreciate you so much for being in here. You just don't know how much it means to me, especially an introvert like me. You just don't know how much it means. Don't forget 20 minutes from now, 7 p.m. Controversial Cruising, Embarkation Nation going live, trivia night, and then And then 8 p.m. we have Nancy B. the Scratcher interviewing me. So be on the lookout for that tonight. Be some entertainment coming up tonight. This weekend, Destination Fun, Clock Family Adventures, and Embarkation Nation will be doing a get together for new creators or smaller creators, should I say? Not necessarily newer, but smaller creators and channel wise. So make sure you check them out Saturday at 8 p.m. I am Betty J Gathers. She goes live every Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. with her live. She has a premiere coming out. Betty, did you ever decide what time your premiere is coming out for Friday? She has a premiere coming out Friday, and then Sunday at 12 noon, she has a premiere. And Sunday at 12 noon. Oh, controversial cruising. Excuse me, people. I can't forget the prizes. Scott, you know what? Scott, did you? If you haven't mailed, I won the last cruise or last contest. I won a cup. Scott, if you haven't mailed it out, you said something about it earlier. Hopefully you signed the mug so I can get your signature on that mug. Please tell me you signed it. Please. Karen, I appreciate you stopping over. It's almost midnight over there in the UK. I appreciate you stopping over here. Thank you so much. So Betty, if you're still in here, tomorrow, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Betty is dropping a premiere. So make sure you check out Betty hashtag. I think Nightbot drops yours every 15 minutes or so, but hashtag strong. Drop your link so people hit the notification bell when you go all these channels and hit the like button and all this other good stuff and subscribe. Hit the notification bell too, so it pops up. It's not going to set off your phone or anything, but it pops up when they're live, and you can know, because like a lot of times I'll be on YouTube. I'll be on YouTube and don't know who's live or who's about to come live. That notification helps. It saved me a lot of times, so I didn't miss people. So yeah, make sure you hit that notification bell for all these great channels in here. And also, okay, I'm gonna drop. I normally would have done this on for my members only, but I'm gonna go against what I should be doing, because I should have informed them first. But I'm gonna let everybody in on this since I still have 25 people here. Crossover Paranormal Society, welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. I was gonna plan in October of 25 a Nile River cruise. Because of the unrest now over in that area, I think I'm gonna cancel that Nile River cruise, group cruise. But I am looking at a group cruise out of Long Beach, February 2025, from Los Angeles to Hawaii, and it hits Ensenada, Mexico on the way back, and back to Los Angeles, a 14-day group cruise in February. Once I get the information, I will pass that along to you guys. But it looks like it's going to be on Carnival Radiance, 14 days, Los Angeles to Hawaii and back. So be on the lookout for that group cruise. And I think that's about it. So thank you again for coming over. Thank you all, my moderators, for the good catches. Betty, I think that was you that saved me. Somebody came in and you saved me right away. That was good. I didn't have to say anything. I was over there looking. I was looking at man. Let me go block it. Betty was on it. Anyway, thank you so much, moderators, and to everybody that dropped the super chat. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. And I'm gonna let you guys know what I do with the money. I'm not sure whether, I don't know if I'm maybe book a cruise. I need some equipment. It sounds like I maybe need to try a box light so to get this ring out my eyes. So I appreciate you guys all being here. I am going to get ready to get out of here. Again, as I always like to end the show saying, make sure you stay strong and embrace the journey. And until the next journey, see you guys later. Bye-bye.